Algebra 2. All right, guys, here we go again. We are jumping into section 4 today. We are simplifying algebraic expressions. If we could just take a tiny little bit of a pause here. Remember that the Zoom meetings, if you guys have questions based upon past homeworks, that's where you're going to want to ask those questions. If it's like something really vital, like you are just completely stuck, you can send me an email or a message through Google Classroom, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can with, just a typed out explanation. And yeah, so let's proceed here. I want to let you guys know, miss you. All right, praying for you guys every single day. But we're going to do the best we can here. So let's jump into it. Section 4. Everybody have your textbooks open. I'm on page 27. You need to be on page 27. Follow with me, just as if we were face to face. Okay. So the first thing, you guys got to copy the chart that is in the middle of page 27. Okay, so copy down that chart, and then we will be moving into kind of a little review here. Okay, the order of operations. You remember Pemdas, that is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And that stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And remember, let's do a little bit right here. Remember that multiplication and division, they're on the same level of importance, okay? So what that means is that multiplication and division, if that's all you have left in an algebraic expression, just go left to right. Okay, just like you're reading a book, left to right. If you have multiplication and division left, they're at the same level of importance. And then the next two would be addition and subtraction. Okay, if those two are all you have left, they are at the same level of importance, and you just go left to right. Okay, if you would turn the page, take a look at the top of page 28. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about here with Pemdas. When you get down to step 3 and 4, you look at the very top of the page there. It says multiply and divide left to right, add, subtract left to right. That's exactly what I'm referencing here. Okay. The next thing that you're going to want to remember, this goes back to Algebra 1, maybe even some 6th grade stuff, is combine like terms. Okay. When you are simplifying an algebraic expression, you have to combine like terms. Let's say they share the same variable. So you have a 2x and a 3x. Those would be able to be combined because they have x in common. But if you have a 2xy and a 3y, those are not like terms because one has xy, another just has y. So right there, those are not like terms. And then exponents also play a part in this. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say you have 2x squared, and then you just have 2x. Those are not like terms because one has x squared and one just has x. Okay, so make sure you understand that. That is the variable as well as the exponent. Everything must be matching up for them to be combined together. Okay, all right, so take a look at example 3 on page 28 to get a great look at what I'm talking about here as far as combining like terms. And then that word evaluate, okay? Just a fancy word that means solve. So if you ever see that word evaluate, don't worry, it just means solve. So proceed as normal, solve the problem, okay? And then let's get down to, you've heard me say the phrase algebraic expression multiple times in this video already. That just means that that's like a written math equation, okay? And so if you see algebraic expression, or you might see the phrase write the algebraic expression, that means you're going to write the math equation that would be given from a sentence. So in other words, they're going to give you words, and then you just need to take those words and translate them into an actual mathematical sentence. All right, so let's jump into exactly what we're talking about, the example problems here. Okay, so here is the sentence given. All right, you have to take this sentence, the number of seconds in X hours. Convert that sentence into an algebraic expression. Okay, So for starters, we need to figure out how many seconds are in an hour. And that would basically be there are 60 seconds in a minute times 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, and so if you do 6 times 6, you're going to get 36, and you'll notice we have 2 zeros here. So let's tag on 2 zeros onto our answer. That's the quick way to do multiplying by tens. You know, how many zeros do we have in the original problem? And that's how many zeros we're going to have in our answer. Okay, so 3,600, that's the number of seconds in an hour. And so our expression would simply be 3,600 multiplied by x, because it said x hours. So that's all we're looking at here, all right? This is our algebraic expression, 3,600 multiplied by x. That's the algebraic expression from the sentence given. All right, so let's take a look at example number 2 here. All right, evaluate, fancy word for solve. We are given this algebraic expression, x squared y minus xy squared plus 3y. Don't let these variables confuse you here, all right? Don't worry about it. Take the x values, because it's given, and plug them in everywhere you see an x, and then take the y values and plug that everywhere you see a y, okay? So now just rewrite it, all right? So you have x squared. What is x really? It's 2. So I'm going to put that in parentheses. You have 2 squared times y. What is y? It's 5. So put that in there. Minus, what is x? It's 2. And y is 5. Don't forget the exponents when they are given. Plus, and then you have a 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, so order of operations, guys, that's all we're working with here. So let's proceed with 2 squared is 4. That's going to be multiplied by 5. That's going to give us 20. Okay, minus, you have 5 squared, which is 25. That's going to be multiplied by 2. That's going to give you 50. Plus, and then you have 3 times 5, and that's going to give you 15. Now you'll notice all we have left is addition and subtraction. So look back in the textbook, top of page, what was it? Top of page 28, and you'll see, remember, order of operations, addition, subtraction, just go left to right. And if you also rewind back in the video, you'll hear me say it again. Okay, so simplify this, and you are looking at negative 15. Okay, so that would be our solution. Just go left to right, 20 minus 50, then add 15. Okay, all right, let's move into example problem 3 here. And lucky for you guys, that's it. This is our last example problem. Then we're going to close it out. So let's simplify. Okay. Anytime you see parentheses and then you have a number or a variable right outside those parentheses, essentially connected to the parentheses, you're going to distribute into the parentheses here. Okay. So distribute, multiply into every single term. So you have a negative 3 times 2, that's a negative 6. Don't forget to tag on the x. Now, a negative 3 times a negative x is going to now create a positive 3xy. Okay, negative, negative, creating positive. All right. Then you have a negative 3 multiplied by a positive 3. That's going to be a negative 9. Don't forget the y. And now don't forget to tag on the minus 11xy right there at the end. Okay, that does not get affected by that negative 3 at the front because it's outside the parentheses. All right, so the negative 3 that's in front of the parentheses only affects the parentheses. It does not affect that negative 11xy because it's outside the parentheses. Now let's take a look. What do we have here? What are some like terms? I see it right here. These guys are like terms because they both have x and y, and exponents are the same. Even though you don't see them, they all just have a 1 exponent. So the negative 6x, that stays because nothing happened there. Then we're looking at a positive 3, a negative 11. So that's going to be a negative 8xy. And then we tag on that minus 9y right there at the end because that did not get affected by anything else. Let's circle it and let's call it done. All right. That's the end of our video. Okay, that is section 4. And take a look at Google Classroom as far as what the assignment will be. All right. Miss you guys. Love you guys. Praying for you guys. All right. We will see you in the next video.